Welcome to the Freehold. You're looking at the remainders of my cornfield. We've pulled a couple of baby corn out of it already, but it is still coming along, and as you can see, it's quite huge. The peas and the beans are long gone. I still have some tomatoes coming, although we're getting frost at night, so the bigger tomatoes are all coming out today. And I'll make fried green tomatoes with our dinner, I think. But my cabbage is coming along beautifully. Even the pieces that I didn't think were going to head up are heading up. The notable blank spot there went into one of our dinners the other day. You can see there's 2 more here, so I have 4 left. I have tons of green tomatoes here. And some green tomatoes there, but the green leaves are really dying back. I don't know if you can see. There's corn stalks out to dry because they will be part of our Halloween decorations. You can see we are getting corn. It's not huge, but it is present. You can kind of see it in there. There's some there. A little bit in there. So it exists. This was my tomato and zucchini and beet bed. The beets have been plucked and then replanted probably about a month ago. And what we have now is this beautiful array of beet greens, which I'm hoping with the onset of the colder weather is going to really pick up and take off. They're doing incredibly well. I just cleaned it up and weeded it a bit today. And in here, I have planted all sorts of things. Right along here, there are parsnips. Around the outside is kale, and in the center part are carrots. Now you might ask yourself, why are there these big green sticks in the tire? Well, that would be because I'm going to make this my fall-winter garden. And so what's going to happen is, come winter, clear plastic is going to get draped over this, and then tucked in with wood or bricks at the bottom to keep it steady. And hopefully that will keep my winter crops going for the winter. If I'm lucky, I might get some salad stuff planted as well. This is Miss Mikayla. Hi, say wave. She's been helping me with the garden today. We've been getting rid of the last of our cucumbers, which were in those buckets. They are now on their way to the kitchen. This is what's left of my herb garden, which is actually kind of impressive. We just pulled out the last of the basil. That's going to get made into pesto today, and then frozen. This is the tarragon right here, which is going to get plucked up. It has the most marvelous smell of licorice. It's just incredible. Hiding underneath it, which you can barely see because it's covered in leaves and stuff, is German thyme, and it smells so good. This whole section here has been taken over by the oregano, and it's growing wildly, and I'm going to be cutting it way back today because it needs to be. As you can see, it's got runners that are like 2 feet long, and that's just a little bit much. And my chives are doing well and are growing up, as you can see from Miss Mikayla's hands. They're almost as tall as she is. The sage over here will be picked, dried, and some of it, ooh, she plucked a piece and now it smells so good, dried and used for sage smudging and for cooking. This is an experiment. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is parsley. I've never let parsley go to seed before. I've always continued to pick it and then just gotten rid of it. But it started to go to seed so early that I decided to heck with it. I'd see what happened. And it looks very, very different from the plant when it's fresh. But if you come over here, you'll see that down here, it's still putting off the regular leaves. So, I don't know. It's kind of strange. But that's okay. I can eat strange, as long as it's not deadly. Ah, well, tell them what you've got here.
This is my garden, and I grew everything in it, but most of the stuff me need to pull out, so all I really have are my tomatoes. And this is pretty much the only one that is red right now.
And what's going to happen after we have a hard frost to all those green tomatoes?
We are going to make them into deli tomatoes.
Cool. What other things did you have in your garden before?
I had, what here was some sunflowers.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really see the words because it's all washed up. There was watermelons along here. And then you can see the sign too of the watermelon. And along here was this at least three broccoli.
Yeah. And we got lots of broccoli off of them, didn't we?
Yes. One stalk. And there was some squash right here. But it looks like now the tomatoes are taking over. And over here was some beans along with a side of peas.
Yep, that was your little pea fence, wasn't it? Oop.
Yep. This is what they grew off of.
Right?
And over here was a couple more sunflowers.
Right. Very, very good.
And the sunflowers over there were taller than my family. And the sunflowers over here were from my school.
Very cool.
And you can see
The leftovers of them.
yes. And you can see right here you can eat it.
And you got the seeds from those sunflowers, didn't you?
Yep, and they grew in that one. And apparently we needed to pull that one up. And I gave it to my friend Nathan when he had a play date over at our house.
Very cool. And this is our compost bin. Uh-oh. Stuff's falling out. Can you push it all in there? We have a double compost bin, and we're just starting to fill up the left-hand side at the moment. Some of the leftover dirt from the buckets where the cucumbers were have gone in there, and the other side doesn't have anything in it. And a little door closes. And actually, can you show them how the door closes, hon? Can you get it on the little hook there? Should be right. Pull it. There you go. You got to pull it toward you. There you go. You got it.
There's a little nail right here.
Yep.
You can see there is a little hook right there.
Yes,
So
there is.
you can close it just like that.
Excellent. So hopefully over the winter we'll fill up this side, and then next year we'll fill up this side. It has a mix of greens, it's got some grass, it's got some the old tomato plants that weren't diseased. It also has some zucchini plants, the trimmings from our flowers and bulbs and trees, some cardboard, and just kind of a wide variety of stuff in there, and some biodegradable twine that I used for tying up the tomatoes and making my square foot garden. So this one just has grass growing in it so far. Eventually, this will be the site of our chicken coop. It'll be put a little bit farther back there. But the chicken coop will be there, and then the run will come down this way. The idea being that it's right beside the compost bin, which makes it easier to clean. It will be up off the ground, but... Oh, I'm being called. Hold on. We also have an apple tree, which I have been asked to tell you about. So it didn't grow much this year, but we've also been told that they sometimes go back and forth. So next year we might get a lot. I think we got, what, 3 tomatoes?
3 apples from...
Or apples, not tomatoes. Yep.
Wait.
I am making a video. I'm showing off our garden.
Maybe I want to see your comments for the water lilies. What was it called again? The delphines? What was it called again?
In a game or in...
In your game.
Oh.
It's called Farmer's.
I don't know, honey. Right now I'm doing a video, so you're going to have to wait. Over here we have our wood pile and the boy. And then over here you can see our flower garden, which is actually going to be getting pulled up. Maybe not until spring at this point, but all of these flowers are going to go over at the end of our driveway, which is beyond the thing there. But all of this is actually going to become 1, 2, 3 raised bed garden plots, 4 by 10, and they will be used for doing greens like the cabbage, the lettuce, the spinach, the things that don't need a lot of sun, because in the summertime this gets very little sun because of the trees. And so this will make an excellent area to have my greens in, and then the flowers will be up front where we see them. And then all of this stuff will go to different things. I'm hoping to get 3 or 4 more of the large tires. They worked extremely well, especially for root crops. I have never had beets before. I have tried for 20 years. I have tried and failed. And this year I succeeded. So I'm really excited about that. I've never had cabbages like this either. They've headed up beautifully. So if you look right here, you can see there's kind of a split in the roadway. So basically from this part onward, we're going to take out this driveway almost like until it bends, which is right about there. And this is all going to become grassed over and yard rather than driveway. We thought about it for a long time, and what we'd like to do is put some fruit trees and, you know, just a place to relax and have fun if we want to put a pool out here or whatever. But this will be places to enjoy our yard. We get quite a bit of privacy in the summer, even though they cut down a lot of the trees for the winter. Oh, I have a girl in a tree. I don't know if you can see that because of the sun. But all of this is going to be flattened and perked up a bit and cleaned up a bit. We'll have a little bit of driveway down at this end, and then